Greetings, Japan fans. In today's show, we are going to look at some of the difficulties of working through others, particularly when they are not doing a great job. Maishu, arigatou gozaimasu, and welcome back to the 7th year of the Leadership Japan series. I'm your host in Tokyo, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guide committed to your success, president of Dale Carnegie Train Japan, the best-selling author, Japan Sales Mastery and Japan Business Mastery. My new book, Japan Presentations Mastery, will be ready early 2021. We are broadcasting around the world from Minato-ku in the center of Tokyo, the leadership capital of Japan. Now, this podcast brings insights, examples, experience about leading in Japan. Trust me, it is different here. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn. Unlike many other hosting organizations, Libsyn have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here's the lineup every week on iTunes. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Tuesday, the Presentations Japan series. Every second Tuesday, the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcast show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery show. Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Now, before we get going, today's handy Japanese phrase is Osaki ni dozo. Osaki ni dozo. After you. So, for example, you're going through a doorway or something, or an elevator, and you step back and you want to say to the person, please go ahead of me. Then you say, Osaki ni dozo, Osaki ni dozo, Osaki ni dozo, Osaki ni dozo. After you, Osaki ni dozo, Osaki ni dozo. This is episode number 396. My goodness gracious me. We are getting very close to the big 400, not far away. Our theme today is working through others who are not working. The chain of command is a well-established military leadership given. I have 3 stripes, you have none, so do what I say or else. In the post-war period, this leadership idea was transposed across to Civvy Street by returning soldiers. This worked like a charm, and only started to peter out with the pushback against the Vietnam War when all authority began to be challenged. Modern leaders are currently enamoured with concepts like the servant leader. The leader serves the team as an enabler to staff success. Dominant authority is out, and a vague negotiated power equilibrium has replaced it. Delegation, responsibility, accountability, mistake handling, and punishment are all swirling around in this fog of the new order. Japan makes the whole construct even more interesting by having built up a legal perspective on staff issues that favours the worker against the company. Judges also do not see non-performance of duties as necessarily career-ending. Add into the mix the fact that in the last 20 years, the number of people aged between 15 and 34 has halved. It's going to halve again over the next 40 years. Young people will be in demand, regardless of how useless they are. We complain about millennium entitlement. That will be nothing compared to what is coming. Smaller families means more single-child households. The boomer generation will be spoiling their grandchildren on an industrial scale. Scarce, resource, spoilt brats will be entering society and business. I can hardly wait. Universities here in Japan will be taking anyone with a pulse because they are going to be bleeding red ink all over the place. Does anyone remember the Tandai system of 2-year colleges? They have all disappeared or morphed into 4-year schools to survive. Diabolical entrance exams will linger for the most elite schools in Japan, but for the rest, it is a race to the bottom of academic standards to keep the doors open. Passing classes at a Japanese university has been a joke. If you turn up to class, the chances are pretty good you will be passed. A rather low bar compared to what is happening at varsity and the rest of the advanced world. So, dealing with undereducated, spoilt, entitled layabouts are our collective future in hiring staff. Even now, between 30 to maybe 35% of staff into their third or fourth year of employ are bailing out and heading for the exit, seeking greener pastures. COVID-19 may have put a temporary dampener on this exodus for the moment, but if that is your hiring strategy, then the future looks bleak for you. Find out more when we come back from the break. Our show today is brought to you by our public courses, but we also do custom in-house programs. We do them live online. We do them in our super safe classroom. We do them in Japanese. We do them in English. Today's show is sponsored by, on the 5th of February, in our professional leadership series, we're looking at communicating with the 4 personality styles. Also on the 5th of February, we're doing conflict management. On the 12th of February, we'll be doing disagree agreeably. Also on the 12th of February, time management. You can get more details on those courses at our website, enjapan.dalecarnegie.com, or you can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. If you like learning by watching videos, we've got over 1,000 for you there at Japan Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's the premier business show in Japan, comes out every Monday. Fridays we have the Japan Business Mastery Show. Saturdays we release Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders from SMEs all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on a single topic, leading in Japan. Every second Thursday we release the Business Pro Television Show. Don't forget, get my books, Japan Sales Mastery, that's the Bible for selling in Japan. Japan Business Mastery, these are both available on Amazon. And my new book, Japan Presentations Mastery, will be available very shortly. Welcome back. Business is complex today. The hero boss who can do every part of the business process has become a distant memory. Even if we could do it, should we? The boss should be concentrating on those activities that only the boss can do and should be pushing everything else down to subordinates. Now, that is the theory. The reality is most bosses in Japan are doing too much. They don't trust the delegation system because they have been burnt before. Now, actually, that's not true because they don't have a delegation system. A dumping of work system, yes, but an intelligent, best practice delegation system, well, no. Probably a good time to revisit how that works for all the bosses out there because they are going to need it. If we can't unleash hell as bosses, and we have to gain willing cooperation to get the youth engaged, what do we need to do? Communication skills are going to be at a premium. The whole modern apparatus of leadership rests on persuasion power rather than raw position power. Do bosses know what these young people want? That would be a good starting point. What is in it for me is a tried and true motivator across time and geography. Once upon a time, that was focused on what the boss wanted, but times have changed. Bosses need to spend time with young people individually to understand them better. Yes, they may be spoilt little brats in your estimation, but these are the cards you are dealt, so you need to learn how to play them. Either master new approaches or suffer is the stark contrast. A large mindset shift is needed to embrace this brave new world. Those bosses who can make the transformation will stay, and the others won't. Companies in a life and death struggle with competitors for recruiting and retaining talent won't tolerate troglodyte bosses who cannot move with the times. Losing youth resources, talented or otherwise, is expensive now and will only become more expensive in the future. Here are 7 boss new rules for dealing with these taxing tyros. 1. Begin with praise and honest appreciation. 2. Try honestly to see things from their point of view. 3. Find out what they want. 4. Ask questions rather than giving direct orders. 5. Don't criticize them. 6. Make them happy to do the task you suggest. And 7. Let them feel the idea is theirs. None of these are difficult to understand. The perspective shift is the biggie. So let's start there. Thank you for joining the Leadership Japan series. If you found the program useful, and tell your family, friends, and colleagues about it. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. You can contact me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Go to our website, enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. Until the next episode, take what you thought valuable, put it into action, because idea application is what makes winners winners. So be one of them. Remember, I'm your corporate coaching and training guy. I'm in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.